So data transfer between the central computer to IO devices may be handled in variety of ways. One is programmed IO and the other one is interrupt initiated IO and DMA. Now coming to programmed IO. So I will try to revise all the three modes, then I will explain what each and every mode very clearly. First, let me explain about programmed IO. So in order to explain you the programmed IO, try to see this diagram. Okay, so before going to this diagram, let me go for a new slide. If you are having any doubts, you can give a message so that I can get a message. So here, now what I am discussing, now I am discussing programmed IO. So now I am discussing programmed IO. So in a programmed IO, now I am discussing programmed IO. Okay, so in a programmed IO, let us consider there is a boss. Okay, so in this, let try to consider this as a boss. Okay, so boss and one more person will be there, and that person try to consider as PA, personal assistant to the boss, and consider there are so many clients. So let us consider A, B and C and D. Okay, so now let us consider uh, Seema. Now I am discussing data transfer modes. In that I am discussing programmed IO. So in that I am discussing programmed IO. So in a programmed IO, let us consider first. I will explain with this, then I will go for explanation. So let us consider here is, if you are having if you are facing any doubts, you can give a message so that I will explain you. I will repeat it once again. Okay, so CR, try to give a response whether it is audible. Is it audible? I want a message, just message, is it audible? Yes, okay, okay. So I got a message that it is audible. Okay, so here, so we are in a programmed IO. So in a programmed IO, as already madam covered programmed IO and DMA, the left out topic is interrupt initiated IO, but I cannot start directly what interrupt initiated IO. So I'm giving explanation programmed IO, interrupt initiated IO and DMA. So if you are having a notes with you, if possible, you try to open the notes so that it will be very much clear to understand. Okay, so in this, in a programmed IO, let us consider there is a boss in a company. There is a boss, there is a personal assistant, and there are clients to meet to boss. So what happens is, boss will give an will ask a personal assistant to whether any clients see my mouse and my mouse positions. Here is a boss, is a personal assistant, and here are the clients. Okay, so let us consider a boss will ask a PA whether any clients are available outside of my room for meeting me. So it will give a information. See, I will show you. So if you can understand this, you can write very easily all the three. Okay, if you can understand this, you can write very easily all the three. So here, boss will give a command to personal assistant saying that, are there any clients waiting for me? So what the personal assistant will do, will go outside and will check whether any clients are waiting for that, for boss. Yes, okay, let us consider A is waiting. So what personal assistant will do is, let us consider all the four. In that, one is active and it wants to transfer the files. For sake of understanding, let us consider. So these files while transferring, what PA will do is, will maintain one flag. When we will maintain one flag with a PA saying that it is busy, it will play 0, saying that it is busy in transferring the files of the client. Okay, so if after once the files has been transferred to personal assistant, so what it will do, this flag will set to it will set to 1, indicates that this flag will set to 1, indicating that the files are transferred, the data is transferred. So once it is transferred, meanwhile, just till now I have discussed, try to listen ma, till now I have discussed this portion. So there are three actually, one is a boss and a personal assistant and a clients. Okay, so initially what happened, a boss given a command to a personal assistant, PA, saying that are there any clients which want are there any clients available to meet me. So what PA will do, will see, and yes, A is available here, and will transfer the files. And it takes time to transfer. Why? Because now it takes some time. Why? Because these are external devices that I will reveal what are those actually. So after transferring, meanwhile the time taken to transfer, meanwhile the status flag will be set to 0, indicates that 0 indicates it is busy. Okay, 0 indicates, if you can understand this clearly, there is no need of by hiding ma, just simply you can write the concept, it is busy. So saying that it is busy, so what, meanwhile it will say busy, let us consider it takes a 3 minutes, let us consider it takes 3 minutes for what, for transferring the files from A to this PA. So meanwhile what boss will do, boss already knows that it has initiated what command, a read command. Okay, so read command. So what boss will do, after periodical time interval, it checks the status whether it is busy or ready. So after periodical time period, what boss will do, boss will check the status flag whether it is ready or busy. So if it sees that it is busy, that indicates that PA is still transferring the files. So what it will do, upon seeing this busy state, boss will stop its uh, checking, and it will go to its whatever the task that boss has boss doing. And after completing again, after some time it will come and it will check whether it is busy or not. So meanwhile, let us consider, meanwhile 0 converted to 1, that indicates the files are ready. So what boss will do, boss will come and boss will check and will know that it is ready. So upon once it is ready, what boss will do, whatever the files which are available with the PA will be collected, and these files will be stored in one rack, let us consider. Okay, now this is programmed IO. Now let me explain. If you are facing any problem, you ask me ma. So this is programmed IO. Okay, so till now what I discussed here is CPU. Consider CPU as a boss. Here IO interface as what, PA, and external peripheral devices as just now clients. Okay, so here let us consider processor is given a command to check IO read command. Okay, now upon receiving this, what IO interface will do, will check whether any external peripheral devices are ready or not. See my mouse so that you can able to understand. If it is clear, you just give a message that we can able to understand, so that I will continue. Okay, so here when external peripheral devices, what external peripheral, we you already completed entire 4th unit. Only the topic which is left out is interrupt initiated IO. Even programmed IO is also completed, but you in that I already given information yesterday to revise once. So what is happening here, this is asynchronous data transfer. What is in asynchronous data transfer, study two called a stroke, and the other one is handshake. So this is like a handshake. So here what is happening, boss CPU will give a command to check whether any external peripheral devices are ready. What as PA will do here is an interface will check whether any external peripheral devices are ready. Now let us consider one external peripheral device is ready. List out some external peripheral devices ma. So external peripheral devices, keyboard, mouse, printer, so many will be there. So here will be if anyone wants to will place the data here. After placing the data, after placing the data, it will give a signal that data is valid. So upon receiving data valid signal, what this module will do, will take the data and will be placed in the data register. Okay, after placing the data in the data register, flag bit, previously while transferring, I already said that the time taken to transfer the data from external peripheral devices is more. Why? Because why actually IO interface, what is the need of an IO interface? Actually, we have studied about an IO interface, right? What is the need of an IO interface? The main need is both the processor speed is very high and external peripheral devices are very slow. In order to make the synchronization between them, then definitely there should be a mediator. So here we are using an IO interface. So here what IO interface will do, whatever the data external peripheral devices are giving will be stored here. And after receiving that data, for example data, it will be first step is it places the data in the data bus. After placing the data in the data bus, it will give a data valid signal. After giving a data valid signal, upon receiving this signal, what interface will do, interface will take the data from the IO bus and it will place in the data bus. And after that, it converts that busy state to ready state, indicating that processor indicate why means it processor will be, I already said that there will be two ways. Till now I discussed about, try to see here till now I discussed this part. Okay, so what is this part? Only this part. Now let us consider IO read initiated. Now processor, see here, now processor issued IO read, and upon receiving this, it is going on. So now what processor is doing, after some time period, it is checking this flag whether it is ready or not. So if it is ready, it will place 1. So upon receiving this status, what processor can able to understand that some external peripheral device is completed storing the data in the data register. Next, with the help of a data bus, it has to take the data, and from here it has to place inside a memory. Okay, so from here what processor will do, processor will check continuously after some time period whether it is ready or not. If it is ready, it takes a data from the data register with the help of a data bus and it places inside a memory. So until here it is clear, everyone, right? So give a message more if it is clear. Now, so here, now when will be a data accepted signal will be disabled is once the data is taken from this to the processor, so the data will be disabled. Once the data accepted line disables, next external peripheral devices can transfer next byte. Okay, now let me explain. Now let me explain interrupt initiated IO. Okay, so now in a interrupt initiated, just a minute. Yes ma, understood interrupt initiated IO, understood programmed IO.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So now coming to interrupt initiated IO. Now let us draw the same scenario. What are those 3 scenarios I have considered? Boss, just a reply ma. Boss, I have taken boss. Hello, I have taken in the programmed IO, boss. Next is what? Yes, I am getting a message. Yes, good. You are giving a messages, ma? Yes, I have taken in the programmed IO, boss, PA, and A, B, C, D clients. Okay, now previously try to understand, almost all the 3 will be same, but the somewhat differences will be there. So in the programmed IO, I'm repeating once again, programmed IO. In the programmed IO, what happened, boss will give a command to PA whether there any clients are waiting for me. So what PA will check and will transfer the data after collecting the files to from clients to uh, PA, what PA will do, PA will say information to a boss that it is ready. Okay, so it will not mention, just it will play inside a flag, it plays that by placing one it is ready. So at the time, what boss will do, boss after some time period it continuously checks whether it is ready or not, whether it is ready or not. If it is not ready, again it goes back, and it whatever the task that it wants to do, it will do. If it is ready, means if it sees the status flag bit as one, it is ready, means it will collect the data from the data register which is available in the interface. Okay, now what is happening here is, in a programmed IO, the time will be, most of the processor time will be wasted. To overcome that, we are going for interrupt initiated IO. So in interrupt initiated IO, what happens is, what happens is, once boss will give an information to external peripheral devices that they are ready. So once if you are giving a boss will give an information to PA that to check, that is okay. Next, after that, it will transfer the data and it places here a 1. And in a programmed IO, after placing the status flag as 1, boss will, what boss will do, boss will periodically checks whether it is ready or not, but what as in the interrupt initiated IO, it will place 1, and PA itself will inform with the help of an interrupt saying that itself will give a interrupt to the boss saying that it is ready. So saying that it is ready. Okay, so whereas in the previous one, in a programmed IO, continuously it has to check whether it is ready or not, whereas in interrupt initiated IO, it will inform, interface will inform to boss processor saying that data transfer has means it is ready, data is ready, now you can take and you can place it inside a memory. Okay, so that is interrupt initiated IO. Now let us go for DMA. Let me clear this one. Let me see here. uh, Let me clear all. Okay, see here, in a transfer rate of IO devices is slower. The transfer rate of IO devices is slower than the transfer rate of CPU. So therefore, programmed IO method is inefficient because the CPU wastes its time, lots of time, in waiting for the devices to get ready. Okay, so whenever devices is ready for transfer, it sets its flag. Okay, so if that flag is set, what processor will do, processor will take the data from the interface and it places inside a memory. Okay, whereas in programmed IO, what happens, ma? Whereas in programmed IO, once it is ready, what PA will do, PA will set a flag as 1. After setting 1, once the transfer is completed, and again it also gives a interrupt to the processor saying that, and again it also gives an interrupt to the processor saying that data is ready. Okay, once if a PA says the data is ready, what processor will do actually, will place inside a rack, that record will be placed inside a rack. Okay, just previously I also said that when it is ready, what processor will do, will take the files, the data which is ready, and it places inside a rack. Okay, so now in DMA what happens, what happens is that everything will be done by DMA, direct memory access. Processor will just give a read command. Everything will be done by a DMA. Okay, so see here, let me show this diagram so that it will be understanding. So this the diagram that I'm showing is from not from our prescribed textbook manual, it is from William Stallings. it is optional ma, you can, if you want you can. So see here, issue read command to IO module. We will give issue read command to IO module CPU to IO. So upon that, what it will do, read status of IO module. It will read the status of IO module. Who will read? A processor will read a status of IO module. If it is ready, if it is ready or not. If it is ready, check status. If it is not ready, again it has to continuously monitor. See my mouse cursor, it has to continuously monitor until it is ready. If it is not, if it is ready, what it has to do, it has to read that word from IO module, and it has to write that word, it has to write word inside a memory, and it is done.